Welcome to Prevent Your Adventure, and tonight finds me in Chepachet, Rhode Island. Still sticking close to home, tired of hearing the story I'm sure, still waiting on that vehicle. And it's only been a little more than 8 months. So, I'm at a place called DePetrillo's Pizza and Bakery. Now, let me show it to you. And there it is, a pretty nondescript place sitting here in Chepachet, right next to a post office. And when I called, I asked for a pepperoni pizza and a meatball calzone. I've been kind of craving some meatballs lately. And they were out of meatball calzones. There's a bakery. They close at 7. I called around 6, so I understand that completely. So I kind of improvised a little. I got myself, let's see if I can't pull this off, a meatball pizza and a large pepperoni pizza, which turns out to be very large. So let me set up the camera and we'll dig right in. Alright, let's start with a meatball pizza. Nice crust. Beautiful crisp on the bottom. And some very nice tanginess going on with that sauce. It's tough to judge the meatballs on something like this because they're cooked differently, they're presented differently. So an apology on the meatball critique to the 3 brothers in Tampa, Florida, who I think this is just a little bit of guesswork based on usernames. Their last name is Griffin, but that's just a guess. I could be wrong. Well, besides this thing, I definitely know I won't be going out to eat anywhere tomorrow. And it's a bakery also. I got some for my granddaughters. I picked up some chocolate chip cookies and raspberry twists. They have different stuff in there. This pizza is very hot. I like it. Once again, same nice crisp on the bottom, the crust. Nice tang in that sauce. Nicely done. Okay, let me finish up. We'll come back and we'll talk about it. Alright, let's wrap it up here at DePetrillo's in Chepachet, Rhode Island. I don't know if I said there's 5 of them. They were originally owned by the DePetrillo's, but they've been sold. And so there's 5 different owners. 3 of them are brothers. So there's one in Chepachet, there's one in Smithfield, and one, I'm not sure where, is is owned by brothers, and then there's 2 more in Warwick and maybe Coventry that were bought also, but by separate entities. So there's 5 of them, and I'm not sure. I asked, but she wasn't. It was just a kid working inside. She wasn't sure how they all match up when you're comparing different product and all. So, like I said, it's a bakery. It sells the pizza strips. But this pizza was very good. I want to stress that if you prefer sweet sauce and not tangy sauce, this is not a place for you. This is a definite tangy sauce. I like both of them. I have no problem going with either one, so this was fine for me. Very nice crust. I like the sauce. Plenty of toppings on it. So yeah, I mean, they were both very similar, except one had meatballs and one had pepperoni on it. So nicely done here. Really nice young lady. I asked her a couple questions. She didn't know. She went in the back and asked. I don't think the girl in the back was an awful lot older, so they came out and they were looking at pictures to see if they could figure out when was what and all that. But anyhow, just a really nice food experience. I don't know much about this town, even though it's not far from me. Chepachet, there's a main street. It's where 102 and 44 come together to meet. They sell pizza strips here. Nice bakery products, like I showed you. So, just a nice place. Kind of sits there by itself, and not where I thought it was. But I'd never been here before, so you've seen it. There's a post office and a Family Dollar right next to it. So, but it's a standalone building. So let's give it a score here at DePetrillo's. I'll give it a solid 8.5. The sauce is tangy, which I like, but I know a lot of people might not, so I don't know if that impacted the score or not in my head. I don't know what goes on up there. But nicely done. Nice food. Nice people inside. They have a board that lists all the employees' first names, and there's a lot of people on the board. I said, "Do all those people work here?" She goes, "Yeah." So I guess like certain times of the week they get slammed, and like this weekend with 4th of July parties coming up and all. And she said Christmas Eve is massive when people are all buying the strips and all that. Only, I don't know how many of you are not familiar with the strips. I probably should have bought one just to show you. And there's only 2 places in the country I know you can get these things. And one is the state of Rhode Island, and the other one is the city of Philadelphia. And they just bake these strips. It's the dough and sauce, and that's it. There's no cheese, there's no toppings, it's just dough and sauce. You eat it cold. I'm a huge fan. If you go way back to one of my original videos, there's a place in Johnston that I did that sells them, DePal Mary's. But we're not here to do a comparison. I just so you can get a feel for what they look like. Especially you guys down in Tampa that probably are not familiar with these things at all. I'll have to stop at a different place and pick some up and just show you what they are somewhere along the line. So, good food, good people, just a really, really nice place. So, 8.5 DePetrillo's Pizza and Bakery. And they're 7 o'clock and they're closing. They're bringing in the flags. So, as I keep talking about this new vehicle that I haven't received yet, it got me thinking about my original new vehicle. Oh boy. Way back in 1975, I graduated high school, I was all set to go out on my own and be independent. Didn't want to go to college for a year. So I got a job in Putnam at International Paper making corrugated paper. I lasted 4 months, second shift, 4 at night till 2 in the morning. I had a girlfriend. I was in love. Never got to see her because she was in high school. She was a senior in high school. I had just graduated. So I finally gave that up. But it gave me enough money to go out and buy a vehicle. And my first vehicle in 1975 was brand new. I went to a garage in Thompson, Connecticut. Yes, there was a garage in Thompson, Connecticut that sold cars, and only one kind of car, and it was a Renault. If you don't know, that's a French car. Now, at the time, the speed limit in the United States, the highest speed limit that there was 55 miles an hour. So I bought this car, and it was 55 it could do. Come to find out, its top speed was 72 miles an hour. Okay, that's all right. 4-speed, on the floor, bucket seats. Had a good time with it. My first vacation with my girlfriend, who later became my wife, was to Canada. We went up to New Brunswick and Nova Scotia, where the speed limit was 70. So I tried pushing that thing all around Canada, and it would hit 72 on a flat, and that's all I could get out of it, and it was screaming. I wasn't doing that car any favors. So it was fire engine red, and my first car, and I was enjoying it, but I don't know how long it was going to last, because I was not kind to the car. So I had about 26,000 miles, and it was Labor Day weekend, so it must have been 2 years later, 77. And my girlfriend and I were taking her father and her mother. We were going to Heritage Plantations in Sandwich, Massachusetts, right on the Cape. And I was going straight through a light, and a girl in her father's massive Ford station wagon cut across in front of me and hit me and totaled my car. I was pretty upset at the time, but in hindsight, she probably did me a favor. But at the time, I was pretty upset. So this is, those of you who know it, I know Artie, you'll know this place. It's where 116 and 6 come together, right by Famous Pizza. And so my car was sitting in the middle of the road. It was a very busy weekend, Labor Day weekend. It was a Saturday. And a fire truck responding to the accident comes in and clips the back of my car while it's sitting there. And I hear this ka-thunk, and I look, and a truck's driving by, and my car is bouncing like this. So I walked over to the fire police directing the traffic. I said, did you see that? He said, I didn't see anything. So I was pretty much in trouble at that point. And it's a little better now, but back then, Rhode Island, the town police in Scituate told me that we didn't witness it. We can't say who's at fault. So I had insurance and it covered it, but I had to pay my deductible, and I went on to own two Saabs after that. So the girl really did do me a favor, but at the time I didn't think so, and I was pretty upset. So throwback story, first car. Oh, let's talk about. So it was a 1975, brand new, red Renault. Sticker price was $3,900, and the guy wouldn't budge. That's right, brand new car for you younger people, $3,900. So I said, how about if you take the radio out, because I'm going to put my own in anyhow. So he knocked $50 off, and so for my first car, I paid $3,850. Not sure what that would get you today, but anyhow, there's my throwback story for this time. I apologize now. It's been a couple of videos ago by the time you see this that some people were bothered by my chicken stories where I was killing and supposed to eat chickens. So it was no intent to disturb or distress anybody. It's just part of what happened to me. So anyhow, and certainly the vehicles I got to drive on that vacation were far outweighed any negatives from the chickens for me. So anyhow, DePetrillo's Pizza and Bakery, Chepachet, Rhode Island, 8.5.